Anybody want a cardigan sweater? I do. Yeah, it's coming along. And that is one side. And I've got the other side almost caught up. When I get finished with the red row, I'll be caught up. And there'll be two sides together. Yeah. What a day this has been, friends. Whoa. I'm going to tell you about it. You know I will. That's why I came on here. I came on here just to tell about it. Let me get a drink. Today is October the 9th, 2025. It is 5:15 in the afternoon. I didn't get much sleep last night. I woke up at 1 o'clock, about, maybe a little before. And apparently I must have gone to sleep with no cover on because I was freezing. And you know we've been in the high 50s at night around here. And I had the heater and the air turned off. There wasn't anything going. But I woke up and I was so cold. I kept thinking, I'll get warmed up. Finally, I had to turn the light on, my bedside table, get up, find a pair of long johns, long pajamas, and get changed into them. I had a short sleeve, long t-shirt on. I sleep in sometimes. It's in my repertoire for bedtime clothing. But it was too cold for that, for me. Anyway, I finally got something warm on. My feet were so cold, and I had covers piled on them. I had a Sherpa blanket on me, and I don't know what happened, or I thought it was on me. Maybe not. I don't know. But my cats got on my feet and started warming up my feet. One was on my feet. They knew I was cold. One was up here by my head, warming up my neck. The black one was here. No, the orange one was here. The black one was on my feet. I finally got warmed up enough. It took me a couple of hours, though, friends, before I was warm enough to relax. And then another hour to get back to sleep. So I haven't had all my sleep that I should. And I got up at 7:30. Because today, I'm sorry, how rude of me. Because today, it was Dougan's appointment at 1 o'clock at the vet. And I'm going to tell you about that. And my husband's appointment at 3:45 for his doctor. And it rained yesterday, and it was lakes out there, and I was afraid we wouldn't be able to get out. I'm afraid we were going to be mudded in, but the sun came out yesterday about 1:30 or 2. The wind was blowing, so that helps dry out the roads when the wind blows and the sun comes out. And this morning, when I got up, the sun was out, the wind was blowing, which I was thankful for the wind blowing this time, because I had to get out of here. Dougan had his cast on, and he had his collar on his head. We got to the vet. There's one good thing. He's loading in the car a lot easier. I was going to say real easy. It isn't real easy, but it's a piece of cake now, really. And he rode along like a little gentleman. He wasn't all antsy like he was right at first. So he's getting to understand that when we get in the car, we're going to, it's going to be kind of moving, and he's going to be all right. So we got to the vet, and they took his cast off of his leg. Oh my goodness. Hold on, friends. Got to get a tissue. Okay. So I spared y'all that. And they took his cast off. And all the swelling had gone down out of his leg. He does have abrasions on his leg. You know that thumb that sticks out up here? Well, I call it a thumb. It looks like a thumb. Like he's got 4 fingers and his thumb's up here. He had a cut, underneath the thumb. So when he puts his weight down on this, the thumb opens up from his leg, and there's a gash in there. Well, of course that's going to be sore. It's not infected. It looks really good, but it is open. And he wouldn't put his weight on it in the doctor's office, in the vet's office. And she said, well, I'm kind of concerned about that. She said, I think we might have to do a joint tap on it. She said, that way we would know if there was any kind of bacteria or infection in there. Because he's not putting his weight on it. And I said, well, could be because he's been in a cast and he wasn't able to bend it. Now that joint's able to bend and it's stiff. So it might just need some exercise. Because he's been on antibiotics and it wasn't infected when you treated it the first time. And I think we just need to give him a chance. She said, well, we could put that cast back on him until Monday. And I said, oh, I hate to do that. I said, because he needs to move his leg. She said, or I could just give you some antibiotics to take home, topical, and you put those on there a couple of times a day. He'll have to wear his collar again to keep him from licking on that. But we could do that. And then I'm going to schedule him an 8 o'clock appointment Saturday. And if he's not doing well, we're going to see him back Saturday morning. We'll be calling you tomorrow to see how he's doing. If he's doing well and he's using that leg, we won't really have to see him Saturday. We could see him Monday. And I said, so we'll talk tomorrow. She said, yeah. I said, okay. I said, well, if he needs an aspiration of his joint, how much is that going to cost? She said, I'll be right back. And she went in there and she figured cultures and I don't know what all she figured, everything he would need. And it was going to be $490. She brought it back in there. I said, $500? She said, yeah. I said, we've already spent a lot of money on this dog. A lot of money. And I'm not willing to do that right now. I'm not willing to make a commitment till I see how he does. So we came home. I put his collar back on him, you know, his cone collar. When we got home, and I got the antibiotics. She said you could put that on there twice a day. And so that's what we're doing. We're not made out of money. This is unexpected expenses for 2 old people on Social Security. So, I mean, we're not working folks. We can't just go out and make money to pay the vet. We get allotted money to live on. So, I don't know. I think we're doing the right thing. I think give him a chance. He's walking on it outside now when I take him. Not every step, but here and there. And when he stands to hike his leg and do what good dogs do outside, he uses it. It's not like he can't use it. And he'll hop 3 steps and walk with it a couple of steps. And hop 3 steps with it up and walk with it a couple of steps. And he just got the cast off at like 1:30 or 2 today. So I say give the dog a chance. So that was my decision. I hope I don't regret it. Y'all say prayers for Dougan. I know you have been. Well, if I made the wrong decision, I'm going to have to take the blame for it. But I'm trying to do what we can do, what's best for him, what works for us. I'm not going to let him run outside with those abrasions. They're not covered up. They're just open abrasions. So, of course, I'm not letting him outside. In the dirt? No, I can't. I can't even let him in the garage now. I was letting him in the garage when he got too much for me. But now with open wounds on his feet and this joint cut open, I can't let him in there. It's dirty in there. He's gonna have to be in here with me. It's tough. Cause I'm just an old woman too. I'm not no young whippersnapper. And that dog weighs 89 pounds. No wonder I can't hardly... He's wearing me out. He hits me with that cone from the back and almost knocks me down. So I got to be careful walking in with the cone on his head. Yeah, it's rough over here, but... I guess I'll do what I got to do, right? So keep us in your prayers. I don't want to make this video real long. This is just a short update. We got home and actually we got Dougan home at about 2:20, and I made a picture of iced tea, Louisiana iced tea, by the way. It's so good. This is my second tumbler full of it. So yummy. And then we ate a quick lunch, okay? And then we went back out to my husband's appointment, and then we came home, and I had left Dougan in the house. Yes, he got into my yard while I was gone. 2 skeins of yarn. I didn't have it put up well enough. Gotta work on that. Anyway, it's all good. No harm done, really. I can sort it out. It's not that bad. So, anyway, I am tired because, like I said, my sleep was interrupted last night by a cold snap. Thank goodness for my little cat critters. Like a little warming pouches. Warming plushies, okay? I'm glad they knew what to do for me, okay? Anyway, that's my update on October the 9th. I was going to crochet a while with you, but I wanted to go over everything with you, and I was afraid I couldn't remember everything, and crochet too. And what do y'all think of these colors? Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Okay, my friends, I love you, so does God. You're God's child. He loves you more than anybody or anything could. And come back and see me. I hope you enjoy my videos. Thank you for stopping by and giving me a chance. Signing off from my little room in Plainview, Texas. In West Texas. Bye, friends. Tomorrow, hopefully.